Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and I typically do a spoiler video in the morning here, but because the spoiler season is only 4 days long, this is the final day and I wanted to wait and make sure that we had all of the cards for the video, so I'll be doing that one tonight. And today we're going to be diving into some fun stuff. So Historic Artisan, I love the Artisan format. Before there even was an Artisan format that they were playing on Arena, I'd already held a tournament of something similar to Artisan with my viewers and stuff, and so I love this format. It's really, really fun, and I built a deck that I thought would do really well against people here. I already tested it and it did pretty great in the first game, and so we're going to play a little bit of Burn. There's a lot of really good pieces that are already from the Burn deck in this, and so I was like, you know what, man, that's the issue, is that Artisan doesn't take out enough. When I did my tournament, I gave people only 4 cards to use of uncommon cards, just because I felt like there's too many good common cards. If you have uncommon, it makes it really busted, basically. Thermo-Alchemist is probably the main card that I was like realizing, man, this is still in the format and it's still busted and there's lots of burn stuff. And so 2 mana, 0/3 defender, it taps to deal 1 damage to each opponent, and it can do it over and over and over again. As long as you cast an instant sorcery spell, you get to untap it. And we have lots of instant sorcery spells, and we also care about, Kiln Fiend cares about instant sorcery spells as well, getting +3/+0 until end of turn. And so if we have Kiln Fiend out on the battlefield, then we send our damage at any blockers unless we have Crash Through. And then we make sure Kiln Fiend gets in for damage, because every spell equals a lightning bolt basically with it. We also have Firebrand Archer I wanted to bring in as an alternative option to like Electrostatic Field, where we do actually want creatures to attack in. So 2 mana, 2/1, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. And so that just works a little bit better. And that's basically what we're doing. We're casting lots of spells, dealing damage. Sunscorched Desert in the side, or in the mana base, as well as Ramunap Ruins, so we can get lots of damage to face even from our mana base. And that's it, guys. Let's go and dive into the gameplay, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go. All right, up against Rico, and this is a little bit awkward. We actually have all of our creatures. We do have just enough creatures in this deck that there are sometimes we draw all creatures and no spells. We have a decent curve, but we really need to be running into spells. So we're going to try this one out, but mainly because we're on the draw and we can hopefully find some better stuff. We also only have 1 mountain, so that means that we can't play 2 of these on the next turn. There's a spell. That's nice. All right, so Lavarunner pass the turn. Sweet. Yeah, now we're going Kiln Fiend plan, trying to go aggro with our creatures. Electrostatic Field can come in later and have the extra bird. That's kind of the awkward thing, is we have a bunch of these, like, we are just casting spells and trying to get in for damage. Then we also have a bunch of these creatures in here as well, which does make it a little bit awkward. Hit for 1. Swing in for 1. Heartless Act. Okay. That's totally fine. That's why we did it, so they didn't have removal for a Kiln Fiend. And pass the turn. All right, give us land. If we can just hit for tons of damage with this Kiln Fiend, life is great. Well, it is a land. It doesn't quite work how I want it. Yeah, okay. 7 damage to face. So I guess I can shock this, swing in for 4, and that's a pretty good play. We also need to get spells into the graveyard for Lavarunners to be better, so we just do that. Hit in for 4. Pass the turn. That means they're looking to be able to gain 3 life every once in a while. This is a really good card for uncommon. All right, Birth of Militus. Sounds good. There's a plains. I don't think they've played a land yet this turn, so debating if they want to play that or not. Bloodchief's Thirst. Yeah. Yum, 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 yum. Sounds good. Red mana. Looking 2 cards deeper to try to find a mountain actually could be really good for us here. I'd like to get Electrostatic Field out first and do that kind of stuff, but I think that just making sure we hit our 4th land drop is really big deal right now. So play the mountain, play Lavarunner. Now it has haste, and we get it hidden for 2 this turn. So that was a little bit of risk, but it paid off. Life is great. And now that we have 2 red sources, we should be good. That's the only issue we have with these Sunscorched Deserts, is we need 2 mountains to really play everything well. Ooh, man. If they ever start gaining life, that's all sorts of bad. All right, play out Mountain, play out Electrostatic Field. Play out Runner. Debating if I want to kill this wall first here. Or if I just want to get out the other Electrostatic Field, throw all damage at face. With them gaining life, we might... They're going to be making some 2/2s potentially. Yeah, let's just make sure we get our damage dealt to face. Electrostatic Field, pass the turn. Yeah, up to 2. They only need to gain 1 life now this turn. And then this guy also comes back. So they gain 3 life. That's 4 life this turn for them. 2 Griffins and Silver Smoke Gold come back. Yep. that's good stuff. All right. Damage to face. We're just gonna hope they don't have too many more spells like that. Light up the stage. 2 more damage to face. Land and yeah, we throw it at face, I believe. I'm able to play this until my next turn, right? So yeah, pass the turn. Because if I find another Electrostatic Field or something like that, it might be better to hold off. I might play it here on the end step, but I don't think I'm going to need that much mana. They're attacking in with the 2, okay. I mean, I guess they have blockers for everything else. Revitalize, yeah. Gains 3 life. Doesn't matter if we deal 3 damage here, they still gain to 3 life, and that's all of these check for. Let's use Thirst. And now we'll go ahead and make sure we get in for an extra point of damage. We're just hoping we top deck better than they do when it comes to life gain stuff. Eesh. Yeah, down to 5. I mean, we got him pretty low. Skewer the Critics. Only sorcery. If they have another removal for the other Electrostatic Field, we may just miss out on anything. They could not have a... Yeah, so if they hadn't killed the other Electrostatic Field, we had lethal. No attacks, pass the turn. Down to 1. Come on, deck. Fatal Push. Yep. Now we can win with Sunscorched Desert, which is a pretty big deal. So even our lands are potentially a win here. And with the Spikefield Hazard to end it. Yes. Exactly 1 point of damage. We did it right. That was good. All right, sweet. All right, up against Kronos, we do have 1 red mana. It's also one of the spells we want to have. Man, we're not supposed to run into 2 of these every single hand, right? I guess we have to mulligan that one away. This is better. We'll keep this. We'll drop, I think, Spikefield Hazard here. We get to draw a card with Crash Through. Hopefully getting for damage for the Skewer with Lavarunner next turn. And then we'll probably just double Skewer. Make sure this gets up to the 2/2. Life's good. Play Mountain, swing in. We're not holding it up for like Kiln Fiends and things like that, so it's a little bit awkward, but getting it for damage is good. That's also our chance for removal against a mono green deck, right? So whatever. Ramunap Ruins. I guess let's go ahead and swing in first. Only sorcery speed. Firebrand Archer. I could cast this simply just to draw a card and get 1 more point of damage in. If this dies on the next turn, it would be less worthwhile. Let's go ahead and just do it. Okay, yeah, I mean, that means that we're have a much less chance of hitting a mountain on this next turn, and that's very good for us. Llanowar Visionary. Okay. Spikefield Hazard. Play the mountain. Swing in. Reads off with Lavarunner. Interesting. That means we don't have to play this yet. If they're playing elves, we have some other things we can trade off with. Down to 8, pass the turn. Okay, there's a Llanowar elves. All right, yep. Doesn't deal damage if you don't have the creature. Kiln Fiend, swinging for 2. Another land, and we have Ramunap Ruins, so getting close to having lethal. I'm hoping they don't have any way to gain life, and we should be able to top deck enough stuff by this point before they can do 20 points of damage. Oy, maybe not. All right, we have the Ramunap Ruins. I can get in for 1 point of damage. That's 3. Getting down to 2, which means we can just top deck a shock. So yeah, between Ramunap Ruins and attacking in, we can guarantee get in for at least 1 point of damage. I think we hold off though. Pass the turn. Llanowar. So not elves, just snow. Good stuff, I guess. Grook's Uprising. More card draw. All right, come on. Good stuff. There's a shock. That's 3 damage. I can kill Llanowar Visionary. This becomes a 4/2. They trade off here. I get in for 3 anyway and get to kill both creatures most likely. Yeah, they kill Kiln Fiend. We get to trade off with this. Get in for 2 here with Firebrand Archer. And that gives us Ramunap Ruins for the win. So not this turn, unfortunately, but next turn. So I think, I guess we had it and didn't have to trade off our creatures. But making sure they have less creatures is still really good. Yeah, down to 2, and then Ramunap Ruins for the next turn. So unless they have ways to gain life this turn, we win. I know it's not fun to keep playing burn and stuff, but it's really good. And sometimes it's nice to just win the games. And you know what happens with red decks? They win the games. All right, there we go. Sweet. Not too shabby. All right, this looks like a pretty sweet hand. Keep this. Alchemist lets us use Light Up the Stage really easily, which is nice. Play Mountain, pass the turn. And this is also a hand where we don't have to be casting spells right away for burn. We want to be holding them off to get to both Thermo-Alchemist, probably. Pass to my turn. Mountain, Alchemist. Okay, no more lands. Deck. Just hold up there. Don't do it again. There's an opt. How many of you guys play racquetball out there? I just want to know. I'm a big fan of racquetball. I have to fidget, and so I always play with a racquetball. I play with my blue balls, you know, whenever you guys aren't looking. All right, that got awkward fast. Looks like they're holding up a potential opt or something like that, so I could try to shock them here. Could also just go for the Light Up the Stage this turn. Could force him to use a spell right now with the shock. I don't get in for that much damage. Light Up the Stage is still just a decent play though, to give us more stuff. We can use it all in the next turn and get through a few more lands potentially. So let's just do that. I almost threw in Clever Lumimancer to this deck too, but there's just not enough good in between stuff. So yeah, let's just pass the turn now. There's not enough good dual lands, and so you're just playing basic lands basically. And yeah. Anyway, Yeah, whoever plays racquetball, I am a huge fan of racquetball. It's a really fun sport. A lot of my family are actually like really good at it. I'm okay, but a lot of my family members were like collegiate level, like solid players. So just throwing that out there. Ruins. Tappity tappity. Only one spell in the graveyard. I think we try to just go aggro. Double Clever Luminance means that we can be hurt really bad, and that scares me. But we can also do all sorts of the damage. I'm gonna go Skewer the Critics at a Lumimancer. Because now, oh, they didn't have any response, it looks like. Okay, play your Lavarunner. This lets us get haste. We get to swing in here. All right, so they do have some sort of response. All right, get in for 2. And we'll pass the turn. So we have 4 points of damage, 6 points of damage we can do right now. That's a lot of clever Lumimancers. Wow. Good for you, sir. All right, let's just start throwing damage at face now. We've already stopped them from attacking in a couple of turns. If they want to attack in now, have us block, and then we can respond with a shock. That could be pretty good. But I think now it's all damage at face. Make that happen. If they want to spend spells on defense and kill a Lavarunner, I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, okay, opponent scoops it up. Sweet stuff. Anyway, there we go. All right, against Ghitu Lavarunner, and keep this hand. It's amazing. And that's even better. Not having to kill ourselves with Ramunap Ruins. Pass the turn. So we're going to go for the Kiln Fiend plan, I believe. Especially with the Kazuul's Fury, the one of in the deck. Which makes Kiln Fiend really awesome. Burning Prophet. All right, swing in. Ha, got him. Kiln Fiend, pass the turn. Silly. Fell for the oldest trick in the book. All right, our stuff's probably going to die, though. That's always less fun. So this gets a plus whenever we attack, which means that our stuff probably won't actually get through. Unless they go light up the stage main phase. Swing in and we'd at least be able to trade off here. Let's just get the Electrostatic Field out on the battlefield. I think that we need to have a burn spell that kills this, or ways to make sure we get through enough damage. And so no attacks now. If we get a spell, also we get all the light up the stages, tons of damage. Hopefully we get a way to charge through, stuff like that, and then we're really good shape. All right, they're going to be running ops as well. Some other things that just draw cards to try to get enough spells in. But they still will probably be running shocks and such things. All right, let's go with Skewer the Critics on Kiln Fiend. Get a damage and we get to light up the stage. Dive down. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's another nice thing about playing in blue. Okay, light up the stage. Another skewer and a shock. It's pretty good stuff for the next turn. Yeah, if they're wanting to play defense the whole time. Unfortunately, this can block and kill the Kiln Fiend. Otherwise, I'd go for the trade-off. So no attacks, pass the turn. So the Lavarunner is the best. Oh, first strike. Lavarunner was the best blocker we had. If they want to attack in full force, they might have lethal here. But otherwise, we get to hit in for so much damage on the next turn. So yeah, charge through, first strike, 10 points of damage so far. And the frostbite. So now we can't really retaliate very well. 14 points of damage. They're still holding up potential dive down here. Yeah, we just take 14. No blocks. Good on ya, mate. I could throw out the shock, Kazuul's Fury, kill the Kiln Fiend, Skewer the Critics, the Burning Prophet, and reset. If they have a dive down here, I can go for the Kazuul's Fury. Spell Pierce. I guess we just pay for that now. Yeah, resolve that. Pay 2. That dies. We'll skewer Burning Prophet. Swinging for 2. And now I feel like we're in pretty good shape. Alright, so we have extra lands. Do I want to get out Kazuul's Fury tapped here? I don't think so. Pass the turn. 4 mana is good enough for what we need. There's a 6/6. That's a little bit scurry. Number of instant sorceries in the graveyard. Got it. Firebrand Archer. Spikefield Hazard at face. Deal 3 points of damage. Light up the stage. And some good plays for the next turn. So, yep, I like it. And pass the turn. So they have to be attacking in. They have the ability to give it first strike, trample. We know that they have cards like that. So if they have like Infuriates and the ways to give it trample, we could be in lots of trouble if it's all at instant speed. So I probably will need to block with the Electrostatic Field just to be safe. I think we still have lethal. This is 6 points of damage, 7/8. This if they attack in, so we still have lethal there. So we should be fine with blocking with Electrostatic Field. Charge through is sorcery speed, so they're gonna have to do that first. Attacks in. So we block here. So we actually know they aren't giving it trample now, right? Is there any way for it to give trample otherwise? We could block with the Lavarunner now. I'm trying to think if there's other ways to give it trample. Or to like force the damage through. Just to be safe. I mean, we keep ourselves with a ton of damage to go in on face as well, so they're going to have to deal stuff. So they do have... Is that lethal? Run Amok. I forgot about Run Amok. And they had enough, so we had to block with all 3. Dang, they had, what a hand. Okay then. Yep, how about that? So if we blocked with all 3, we had a chance. Wow, wow. Run amok, I forgot about. Target attacking creature gets +3/+3. And then sudden breakthrough as well. That's cool. That's cool. All right, up against the Daus. And keep this. Ruin Crab. Well, crap. All right, Lavarunner out past the turn. Ruin Crab, eh? Is this rogues? Yeah. That's terrifying. Rogues are actually pretty dang good. Well, stink. Alright, land is nice. Or another red source is nice. So we have Lightning Strike. It feels like they're holding up Counterspell of some sort. And go for Shock, Spikefield Hazard, and have Lavarunner to attack in with. So let's actually attack in and see if they block first. Because then I can go for Spikefield Hazard, see if they'll counter that instead. I guess we go for Shock. I want to see if I'll get them to counter here. John on the lock. So let me go Spikefield Hazard onto the Ruin Crab. Gets exiled. Boom, bam, done. I mean, that's 2 burn spells to kill a Ruin Crab, though. But it is a big defender, and it's annoying. Overwhelmed Apprentice. All right, so it is just mill, not rogues. That's actually a lot better for us. What gained him life? Oh, the land did. Right. 2 to the bottom. Do I kill the dude? I don't think so. We get damage to face there already. We have... let's go ahead and attack in. Jumps. Electrostatic Field. Skewer the Critics. Alright, down to 16. With 8 points of damage here, 2 on the board, so 10 next turn. Yeah. 10 next turn. With a land. So we got it. Maybe we should be holding off with some of this. I guess we'll hold off with 1. Till it ends step. Pass the turn. Okay, so some merfolk. Windrubber. Another into the story. Dang. Yep, so much card draw with that. Has to discard a lot of stuff though. I think 2 cards. 1 card. Windrobber. They can draw a card and block Lavarunner. I think we want all of our damage to go at face. I could hold off on this to see if I get another Electrostatic Field or Archer or whatever. We have lots of cards that do that stuff. 4 points of damage. Let's pass to my turn. While they're tapped out, we can be a little bit more secure on playing a bit slower. They're gonna have counter spells for our burn stuff, and so getting these guys out is what's important. All right, we have Ramunap Ruins with these deserts for a couple turns as well. Okay, attack him with Lavarunner. Yeah, it blocks, draws a card. Cool, cool, cool. 4 points of damage. And then we have 6 as long as we just hit lands as well. And that's something they can't really counter. So guaranteeing this damage actually might be worthwhile for us. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do it now. I think we're going to go everything face from this point on. And so we don't care about killing their stuff or whatever. Hopefully we'll be fine there. Fairy's Tutelage. Yeah, they have too much mill and too little rogues, which is great. I actually feel like there's a lot of rogues that are uncommon that you probably could be playing here. They've already played 2 Into the Stories. Trying to find the Tutelage. All right, we'll attack in with Lavarunner. Soaring Thought Thief. Yeah, that does kill it. Thermo-Alchemist, we could play out and then it could just die. Getting for the Ramunap Ruins. We can hold off, I think, another turn or 2 for that. Play this out past the turn. It'd be nice to be able to get more lands. I mean, we don't want to run into lands. I'd rather have burn, but, you know, whatever. Tutelage. All right, if they have land and Into the Story, we're actually in a lot of trouble. Okay, tapped land. Gains life. They've had a couple of those. Mills 2 more. They're going for the mill plan instead of having... I guess we don't actually have attackers right now, but we could find a Lavarunner. Another Alchemist. Down to 5. Down to 3. We didn't hit a land. If we don't hit a land again, I mean, this is better unless it gets countered. That's the biggest thing, is that spells right now can be countered or removed or whatever. Didn't say please. No 3 cards. Yeah, and now if they have an Into the Story, we're in lots of trouble. Ruin Crab. Yep. Land. 3 more. I think they got there. They've been able to draw enough cards. It's a good chance for another Into the Story here. Of one mine, draw 2 cards, mill 8. I mean, 1 burn spell and we're in really good shape. Is that? I think that's 12. So 4 times 2 times 2. So 8, 16. We're dead. Yeah. Good game. We done got milled. Yeah, that was... We had some poor running there a little bit at the end. We just needed like 1 more burn spell and we'd be in great shape. The 2 dismal backwaters actually did a really good job for them. like the 2 extra points of life meant that it wasn't worth going for the Ramunap Ruins. Alchemist would have given it to us pretty close there too, but oh well, it's all good. All right, so there you guys have it with Burn the Artisans, or Burning Artisans, and we got to burn quite a few people. We lost the last 2 against some just amazing hands, and just they went off and did pretty good stuff. Whenever we found, actually, it was kind of funny. Kiln Fiend, I don't think ever really was the winner for us. It was kind of the other cards that did really well, and so maybe you don't actually play Kiln Fiend. Lavarunner seemed pretty decent though, and having creatures I think is still worth it. And so I don't know, I'm in between with it all. But super fun deck. I had a blast playing this one. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. And if you guys did, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. More spoilers will be coming out tonight. And the actual set releases on Arena on July 8th. So we're 6 days away from that. Super exciting stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.